Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. You're not going to want to listen to me longer, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in those 5 minutes. Anyway, I worked at IRS for a decade, been in private practice for 4 decades. I've been doing this for 50 years. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I've been on television, major stations, about 10 different times, actually 5 times in the last 3 months on some of the situations that have been erupting regarding IRS. I have a whole team of former IRS agents, and I do this for 3 reasons: to educate you, to inform you, and so you really don't get ripped off by a bunch of people. There's a lot of fraudsters out there and a lot of people asking for money they don't deserve because, to be honest, they don't know what they're doing flat out. I've been doing this for a really, really long time. Today I want to talk to you about IRS Substitute for Return program. If you don't file your tax returns, IRS can file your tax returns for you under the Substitute for Return of the SFR program. There is a tax provision in the code, 6020B. There's a 6020B and a 6020A actually, that IRS will file your tax returns. And many people don't even know they filed them. They'll go to the bank one day and find out their money's gone, their wage garnished, or their wages have been garnished, and they've moved, they didn't get a notice, and IRS filed their tax returns. So there is a provision that IRS will file your tax returns. And how do they do that? Well, how they do that is all these people who pay you have to report to IRS. And they report W-2s and they report 1099s, and IRS has a list of all that. Matter of fact, if you go on your IRS portal, your transcript, irs.gov, and ask for tax transcripts under wage and income, you will find out the information that IRS has. So what IRS does is IRS runs algorithms on those W-2s, 1099s, and they match them up with your social security number. There was a time that they only matched about 15% up. Now they match up about 80% of those. So what they do is they send you a notice. They said, hey, we're filing your returns. Is this right or wrong? You don't contact them. Boom, IRS has just filed your tax return under the Substitute for Return program under 6020B. Now, that doesn't mean those are right, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to correct those 6020Bs, substitute for returns. You're going to have to go to a firm maybe like ours or whoever you want to use, and you're going to have someone file original tax returns. When IRS uses a Substitute for Return program, they filed you a single, and they make sure you pay the highest amount. And those returns are always wrong, all the time, because they don't give you any extra exemptions, tax write-offs, nothing. They make sure you pay the most amount allowed by law. So if you move, you may not even know, like I said, IRS filed these tax returns. It's always good every now and then to go into the irs.gov portal and pull your account history transcript up. If this has happened to you and IRS filed those substitute for returns, you need to change that amount or work out a deal or a settlement with them, go ahead and contact us. We have a whole team of former IRS agents that do this. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. You can find my contact information below, but make sure you take care of that situation because IRS is sticking it to the man when they do this. If you give me a subscription, I'd really love you. I'd appreciate you. Leave me comments. You want me to do a YouTube, a follow-up or something, just let me know. Thank you very much for listening. Appreciate you.